Welcome to the Cancelli Manor Halloween Home and Yard Tour. I've lived in my home for 17 years, and for the past 16 years, I've done a Halloween party and I've done a pretty big yard haunt for my neighborhood. I live in a historic neighborhood and we've got lots of Victorian homes, so it's really great to do Halloween here. But this year being the year of COVID precautions, I didn't really get to do much. I did set out some props. I invited some friends over and they got to take the interior tour and spend some time eating snacks and having beverages out in the backyard at a scene that I set up that was going to be part of my full backyard walkthrough haunt that didn't happen. So it was still fun. I got to sort of test drive some things. I actually had kind of a fun little happy accident with this crystal ball that I made. When you see the dark room version of this, you'll notice the ball has kind of a cloudy effect. And I accidentally did that by forgetting to take out the bubble wrap that I had stuffed in there. And that's just a regular light globe that I put in a candle holder, and it's got a flashing pumpkin light in it. So I like when these little happy accidents happen. So here you'll notice as the ball changes color, it's got kind of a cloudy effect. And that's actually not a lighting effect from my camera. That was actually an effect that was happening from the pumpkin light inside of the globe reflecting off of the bubble wrap that I just forgot to take out. I kind of spooked up my guest bathroom a little bit, and I think next year I am actually going to put an animatronic motion activated fortune teller behind the curtain in the bathtub. That way, when my guests come in to use the restroom and they sit down on the toilet, she will go off and scare them. And I just think that's a wonderful idea. I love when my guests at my Halloween parties get scared. Now, had I done my full backyard walkthrough haunt, I wanted sort of a Disney-esque Jungle Boat ride scene, and that's what I've kind of created here. This is actually my regular backyard tiki hut that I spend time in over the summer, but I kind of spooked it up a little and put more creepy crawlies in there, and I wanted it to look kind of like maybe a headhunter scene, or maybe get people to feel like they're waiting in the queue for the Jungle Boat ride. I've got a lot more props for this scene that I made, but I just didn't want to put all of them out. So this was just sort of a test. I just wanted to see how it was all going to fit, how it would look at night, and what else I needed to make. So I'm actually working on more skulls on a stick, and I'm trying to come up with more of the Trader Sam headhunter type of a thing. And then hopefully I'll be able to find some more of these wonderful plastic alligator skulls and throw those in there as well. But this is just a little bit of a start. It was my test for next year, and hopefully this scene will really come to life and be way more creepy. And I'm also going to create a fake waterway or pond just using black plastic and some spray paint. So there's a lot of things that I will do to improve upon this scene for next year so that it will tell more of a story. Oh, and I love this snake. I hope anybody watching this is not afraid of snakes because I've got some great plastic snake props. I actually got them very reasonably priced when a year-round Halloween store in my area went out of business. So I was trying to make this scene naturally scary, but not like filled with gore or horror, if you kind of get that idea. So this is just me on Halloween being ridiculous and silly, practicing for the theatrics that I would do from my porch for the trick-or-treaters who would be getting candy from that fabulous tube shoot. And this is what the witches scene looked like during the day. I was pretty happy that I got the flame flicker lights to put underneath and that my fogger cooperated and did what I wanted it to do. As the evening wore on, the fogger got a little bit warm, so I had to move it further away from the cauldron, and it kind of smoked up the neighborhood, but that happens every year. And like usual, everything always seems to look a little bit better at night. This was an exceedingly small version of the haunt that I usually do, but I wasn't sure how many people would show up, so I didn't want to go over the top. I did create a photo op area. I've had this for years. I actually made that broom parking sign out of some fence pieces that came down during Hurricane Florence. And this is just kind of full spectrum, the yard in its entirety. And then I did use my projector to put up some ghosts. So nothing really big or amazing this year. Just recycled a lot of my props and tried to give my neighborhood a little something fun in a time that has been very challenging. Thanks so much for watching, and please like the video and subscribe.